Right now, you have the chance to weigh in on the future of the Beltline as the state prepares to revamp it in the coming years.
It's quiet right now, but if you drive through campus, you know this site is a rarity. An update on the construction causing all the traffic.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, folks, and thanks for joining us on your Tuesday, July 23rd. We've got a little snack here this morning.
Yeah, you've already been digging right into it.
So,
this is my favorite day of the year.
I've been snacking on it already. I'm hungry. It's 6 in the morning. Look at this poor little guy.
Look at that.
Dairy. It's practically milk.
So, of course, we've got the cream puffs here, and I don't think our executive producer even set them down on the desk, and Leah already had her hands in the whipped cream.
Put my finger right in there. Nobody eat that middle one. That's mine.
Unbelievable.
It's mine. Yeah.
Can't take her anywhere, folks.
Oh, you guys, it's 6 in the morning. It's time for lunch.
Yeah, we'll be talking with the folks from the Wisconsin State Fair coming up here around 6:15, so you can look forward to that. And I'm sure Leah will probably have some more whipped cream on her fingers.
I'm going to take mine out on the patio because it's a beautiful day to be outside.
Yeah, my favorite day at work, always, every year, the day that the cream puffs come to work. Here's a look at the Henry Vilas Zoo Skycam. Polar bear might like a cream puff this morning, already doing laps, earning the cream puff. 61 here in Madison, 61 in Monroe. Janesville, I do not think is 77 degrees. I think that sensor is having some issues this morning. It's 55 in Platteville. That's the cool spot in our area. Dew points are in the 50s as well, so it's pretty comfortable. Are you okay?
It's all over the place.
I thought I could sneak a bite during weather, and I can't.
They're full of powdered sugar.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man. You're going to be cleaning the set later today. 80 for the high this afternoon with a light north wind. Here's a look at your traffic report. Take a look at the roads here in and around Madison. No major issues to report right now. Just a few brake lights showing up on the Beltline right around Stoughton Road. No other issues to report in and around Dane County, so travel's still looking good. Travel's smooth this morning, but what is not smooth is what is happening
I can't deal with this.
I'm trying to clean it up really quickly.
I can't do it. Hattie, you need to take these away so we can actually enjoy one later.
Not
Powdered
this one, though.
Sugar all around the computer.
Can't take me anywhere.
I guess.
Oh, my
I'm
goodness.
sorry, you guys.
Enjoy the cream puff.
I will. I'm going to wash my hands
Just
shortly.
gonna go over here with this
You're worse
box.
than a child.
I know. Thank you, Hattie.
You're welcome.
I think.
I think. All right, 6:02 your time now. Driving through downtown Madison can be tricky, especially in the AM hours.
Yeah, that's a statement even truer during construction season. Keely Arthur's live with a look at some major road closures and detours starting on campus today. Hi, Keely.
Hi, Josh and Leah. I am on University, which is in the heart of campus. Right now, traffic is non-existent, but if you drive in a few hours later, that will not be the case. And construction is to blame for all the traffic. I have here with me Mark Levicott from the University Police Department to talk about all these projects that are happening. Can you explain a little bit about why we are seeing all the orange cones?
Yeah, so a lot of this is utility-related work underneath the roadways. There's dated utilities that we need to get at. It's, run-of-the-mill work for the most part, but the trouble is we try to cram a lot of our work into the summer months. That's when our students are gone and it's a lot less congested on campus. So we try to get all this work done before students get back in the fall. And obviously when we do have traffic on a big thoroughfare like University Avenue, that does have an impact. So we're telling folks, just be patient with us a little while longer. This coming fall, within the next month or so, things should get a lot better.
And to get across campus, you really kind of have to drive through University. Are you telling drivers to take alternative routes or kind of just bear with it?
Yeah, if they can, if they know of a safe alternative route, that's a great idea. But for the most part, if you give yourself a little bit more time, especially in the morning and afternoon commute when we see our heaviest volumes, you'll be fine. But there are some marked detours to help people get around the congestion if they don't want to do that. Otherwise, yeah, a couple extra minutes in the morning, in the evening, we'll get you to work and we'll get you home.
And part of the utilities, also a lot of campus building updates. So kind of more exciting news there. Can you explain some of that?
Yeah, the new Nicholas Recreation Facility on Dayton Street, which we're really excited about, but that is impacting some traffic as well on Dayton Street, and that will continue to impact traffic on Dayton, through the fall. So we'll have some issues there. And then there are other general projects. You look around, you see cranes everywhere, exciting building times on campus and just off campus. But, when you bring those projects and they they converge with road projects, it can be a little sticky down here. So we just ask folks to have a little bit of patience, and as soon as this fall rolls around again in the next month or so, when these projects start wrapping up, they'll notice a big difference in their commute.
Kind of a recipe for disaster, but hopefully we'll get to see all the benefits very soon. Thank you so much, Mark. And if you want to kind of check out alternative routes, you can head over to the university's website and search construction. They have everything really easily mapped out for any drivers going through campus. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Keely Arthur with our old friend Mark Levicott there. Thank you very much, Keely.
In other headlines this morning, the State Department of Transportation wants to hear what you think about plans to improve the Beltline over the next couple of years. Right now, one of the proposals would use median shoulders to help alleviate traffic between Verona Road and Whitney Way. The State Journal reports that stretch handles anywhere up to 120,000 vehicles per day. The other option would only address needed infrastructure fixes and not traffic concerns. That includes road resurfacing, drainage improvements, and replacing sections of the median that are crumbling. Work on that project is slated to begin in 2021.
Breaking into the Channel 3000 Alert Center overnight, homeless people in Janesville will be allowed to sleep in their cars at one of the city's parks until the end of October. The Janesville Gazette reports City Council voted 6-1 last night to allow the homeless to sleep in cars in the boat launch parking lot at the north end of Traxler Park. Previous plans called for the area to be established in Palmer Park, but that was changed to Traxler at last night's meeting. Back in Madison, police are investigating whether streetcar racing is to blame for 2 crashes on East Washington Avenue over the weekend. Their report isn't done yet, but officials say it seems like the first crash caused the second. We're told several people were injured and 4 ambulances were sent to the scene. A viewer who claims to have witnessed it says the first crash involved drag racers and the second involved people distracted by the scene. Residents who live on East Wash say you can hear cars and motorcycles racing nearly every weekend.
Screeching tires, loud exhaust. You hear a lot of motorcycles at low gears, so they're revving really high. It's constant up until sometimes even 2 in the morning.
Notes from the original responding officer show one of the drivers was cited for racing, failure to control their vehicle, and operating with a suspended license. The other vehicle was not found. Reports say no one was seriously injured.
6:07 right now. Uncollected bills for the Baraboo District Ambulance Service are starting to add up to $1.5 million this morning. The service is now postponing purchases and dipping into cash reserves as its committee considers solutions. The service director says unpaid bills have been a growing issue for years for them and other ambulance services across the state and country. He points to low Medicare and Medicaid reimbursement rates and that the hurdles that come from billing insurance companies.
If I could wave my magic wand, I would like it to be that when a bill is submitted to a payer, an insurance company or whoever, that they pay the entire amount and that they pay it within a reasonable time period, which I would say would be between 30 and 45 days. Not this slow pay of, well, we'll give you $750 instead of $1,000. And if you take the $750, we'll get it to you in the next 2 to 3 days. If you want the $1,000, it will just go into the regular process, and it might take you 45, 60, 90, 120 days to finally get the check.
The ambulance service is proposing opening a line of credit. They've also hired another part-time biller. The Ambulance Commission will talk about this issue at their meeting tomorrow.
24-year-old Savion Castro is about to be Madison's newest school board member. He was approved to fill Mary Burke's old seat at their board meeting last night. Castro will serve until next April, when he'll then need to run for re-election. Castro is a UW grad and attended La Follette High School. He's currently serving as a legislative aide for State Representative Sheila Stubbs.
The American Transmission Company is leading the investigation into what caused a pair of fires at substations it shares with Madison Gas and Electric. MG&E says evidence shows the fire started in a piece of equipment owned and operated by ATC, but MG&E equipment was also damaged in those downtown fires. Crews had to de-energize the transformer, which caused thousands of customers to be without power for several hours on Friday.
Police are sharing some insights when it comes to deterring thieves here in Madison.
One of the current trends that we're seeing citywide is theft from autos and theft of personal property inside homes, all entering through unlocked doors. Thieves are going inside and stealing vehicles and then going inside and stealing property and garage door openers.
That's what officers had to say at last night's Good Neighbor event. Attendees went over some tips and low-cost ways to keep thieves away while you're asleep or away from home, along with smart gadgets you can buy to help protect your family. You can check out all of their suggestions over on channel3000.com. All right, 6:10, the time now on this Tuesday. Coming up, in case you didn't notice, we have some treats in studio this morning. My fingers are a little sticky from them.
So's the desk.
Yeah, so's the desk. We all know cream pops are a sign the state fair just around the corner. We're talking all snacks on a stick and other entertainment coming to the grounds this year, still ahead.
Snacks. And we've had a pleasant start to our week so far. Hopefully the rest of the week is going to be looking the same. Hattie will have that extended forecast when News 3 Now This Morning continues.
Good morning from the Hattie-O patio. A pretty nice start this morning. Sun is up, skies are clear. The birds are sure vocal here in the backyard early today. It's been a pretty warm month so far. Take a look at the July temperatures and you'll see that especially last week where temperatures were well above normal, it's added up to about 4.5 degrees above normal for this time in the month. Now yesterday was a bit more comfortable with temperatures actually a little bit below normal. We had a high of 77 yesterday in Madison. Green Bay topped at 79. It was only 73 though in Milwaukee. Across Iowa there were a few more 80s on the map, and I think most of southern Wisconsin will be a little bit closer to 80 today. Now on the weather track, which is satellite and radar combined, there's not a whole lot showing up around here. High pressure is in control, the air is very dry, so things are looking pretty quiet on this map this morning. There is an outside chance for a shower later on. We'll talk about that in just a second. A live look from the WISC-TV Skycam though. We can see that sunshine on the camera shot this morning as we look towards the east. Temperature is still 61 here in Madison, 55 in Platteville, 59 in Prairie du Chien, and 59 in Lone Rock and the Dells. Dew points are in the mid-50s this morning, just a little bit lower than they even were this time yesterday, so it feels pretty comfortable outside. Dew points will stay in the 50s through the day, so no issues with humidity today. A look at your future track forecast model, and you'll see clear skies this morning. A nice quick warm up into the mid to upper 70s by lunchtime all across the region. Now there will be a lake breeze that develops and pushes on shore, and that could be the focus for a few showers later today, especially east of Madison. Not everyone's going to see this rain though. It's about a 20% chance. And as the sun sets, those rain showers diminish. Overnight, we return to pretty calm conditions with clear skies. Now, the same sort of scenario setting up tomorrow with just a slight chance for a shower or thunderstorm in the afternoon. Otherwise, that slow warming trend continues through the week. We're looking at highs in the mid-80s on Thursday and Friday. A little warmer for the upcoming weekend with highs in the upper 80s Saturday and Sunday. It's also going to be a little bit more humid. Our next best chance for rain across the entire area is expected late Sunday into Monday as a cold front moves through the region. Now let's get a look at those traffic maps this morning. We'll send it over to Josh Tim for all the details. Good morning, Josh.
Yeah, it is a quiet start on the Beltline so far this morning. No major delays showing up in either direction at this point. Other roads here in Dane County are moving well so far. Just watch for a few brake lights on Verona Road approaching Highway PD. No issues downtown around campus, but construction may cause some problems a little bit later as it gets busier. And other main routes heading into the city, they're cruising at the posted speeds with no major delays. With your first alert traffic, I'm Josh Tim.
Josh, thank you so much. Time right now is 6:16, and we're just a little over a week away from the Wisconsin State Fair, and we're all ready to talk about all the delicious food and fun you can have at the fairgrounds this year.
Oh yeah, here to tell us all about what's in store this year is Kristen Chuckle. Good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So as Josh now knows, cream puffs, clearly my favorite. Obviously a staple at the State Fair, right?
It is. We're celebrating 95 years this year. So it's the longest continuously selling item at the Wisconsin State Fair.
Wow.
Yeah, and the cream puff was created to showcase agriculture in Wisconsin. So it's that, you know, showing people that obviously the cows and not only the dairy industry but the wheat industry as well. So that's why it has become our signature food item.
Seems pretty fitting for me, not gonna lie. And there are a host of other snacks you can take part in. I had to print off
just a
all
couple
of the foods on a stick. I have 8 pages of foods on a stick. What's new this year? Anything?
New foods. We have 66. I actually found out about another one yesterday, so 67. So lots of new foods. Our vendors are so creative. There are a lot of spicy things if you like spicy food. A lot of great desserts as well. If your cream puffs aren't your thing, there's plenty of other choices at the fair. Our website's phenomenal. We have a food finder on that. So really any food you want, you just type in a keyword and it'll pop up for you. Hundreds and hundreds of foods.
Really? Bacon wrapped tater tots on a stick?
Wow.
Yes.
Josh? Blazing jalapeno deep fried olives.
I will be trying those. Those are new this year.
It's a good thing this comes at the end of the summer. You don't have to worry about the summer bod anymore.
Exactly.
Right, and you walk a lot at the fair,
That's
so
true.
you do not have to worry about calories. At
So yeah, and while we're scarfing down all that food, what about new entertainment this year?
Every year we bring our biggest headliners to the main stage presented by Potawatomi. So we've got a great lineup this year. Old Dominion will be there for the first time for those country fans. Brett Eldridge, Melissa Etheridge, REO Speedwagon's kicking it off. That's just our main stage, and then there's 30 other stages at the fair park. So there is a ton of live music, live entertainment. There's a lot for families. We have a lot of family-friendly entertainment and educational exhibits as well.
I'll have to sneak over for those country concerts for sure. Are there any discounts or deals folks should know about?
Yes, we still have several on sale through July 31st. So you can go online, wistatefair.com. You can still get discounts on Cream Puff 6-pack certificates. You can also get discounts on Spin City Ride and Games. So that's our amusement area. Lots of fun. You can get discounted tickets to that. You can buy your tickets ahead of time. Right now they're not discounted, but you can also buy them at the gate, $14 for adults, $8 for kids. And then we have some great admission deals when you get to the gates. I won't run through them all because I know we don't have a lot of time, but they're all available online at wistatefair.com.
All right, so this starts next week and runs how long?
It's 11 days, so August 1st through the 11th this year.
Love that. Kristen, thank you so much for coming on and talking to us.
Thanks for having me.
And yeah, thank you for the cream puffs.
Of
snacks.
They're all over our news desk.
Josh is very happy with me right now.
I've never seen her attack something like that.
I've seen worse.
Never gonna live this down. Oh my goodness.
Sorry about it. Thanks, Kristen.
You're welcome.
After a round of severe weather over the weekend, Governor Evers declared a state of emergency. We'll have the latest on that. And now that the damage is being cleared and repaired, we'll have a look at the aftermath.
Fortunately, Hattie does not have any severe weather in the forecast. We're going to take a look at what she has in store for us for the rest of your week. That's when News 3 Now This Morning returns.
The Coon Creek.
Welcome back at 6:23 on a Tuesday morning, and another beautiful start to the morning out there.
It really is. Pool's probably busy again today. The pool at Henry Violet Zoo. Barrett's still doing laps this morning. Very cute from this far away, right? Polar bears are dangerous, I know that, but that is a cute picture. We have a great forecast coming up. Sunshine starting the morning, just an outside chance for a shower or two. Take a look at our current temperatures. 61 here in Madison. Temps, though, are in the 50s all around. We have 59 in Lone Rock and Mineral Point. Platteville's at 56. Over to the east, it's 58 in Juneau. Janesville showing 77. That is an error this morning. Dew points are going to stay in a very comfortable range today. We like to see those numbers in the 50s, and that's exactly where they are this afternoon. So no issues with humidity. If you have a tea time today, your Tuesday tea time forecast looks like this. Beautiful through the morning, no humidity, nice warming of those temperatures. This afternoon, be aware there's an outside chance for a shower or thunderstorm, especially from Madison and points to the east. That's the only caveat in the forecast today. Have a wonderful Tuesday.
Hattie, under the par with that forecast. Thank you very much. All right, breaking into the Channel 3000 Alert Center within the last few minutes here, the United Kingdom now has a new leader. Boris Johnson is being declared the winner of the race to lead the country's Conservative Party and will become the UK's next Prime Minister. Former Prime Minister Theresa May announced her resignation back in May after failing to get Parliament to approve her Brexit deal. Johnson has promised to complete the UK's departure from the European Union. All right, 6:24 your time now. There are a lot of reasons we love living in and around Madison, and Wallet Hub just gave us another one.
According to this study, Madison ranks as the 5th most educated city in America overall. The company compared the 150 largest metropolitan statistical areas for adults 25 and older with a bachelor's degree or higher to find out which cities are the most educated in the U.S.
We are first for the percentage of people with high school diplomas, but the city's average ranking for the racial education gap is 75th. And the gender education gap is 74th.
Construction workers across the state will have more opportunities for continuing education.
Wisconsin laborers hosted a ribbon-cutting ceremony Monday for their newly expanded training center in DeForest. They now have double the amount of classrooms and a 4th training bay to serve more than 3,000 workers every year. The president of the Wisconsin Laborers District Council says safety and skills training are the backbone of their union.
Our primary goal as a union is to make sure that when our members get up and go to work in the morning, that they have a safe working environment so they can return home to their families.
Governor Evers was also at the ribbon cutting and said the training center will help high school graduates enter the construction field. Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes highlighted the fact that the training comes entirely from the laborers' union, not from taxpayer dollars. Speaking of the governor, he is calling the damage extraordinary this morning after a tour along the path of weekend storms.
Evers viewed damage from a helicopter and car in the Mountain and Pickerel areas of Oconto and Langlade counties. Evers had declared a state of emergency on Sunday and promised state resources on Monday. Around him, crews from power, tree removal, and highway companies were hard at work.
I don't think any other governor can make the claims that I do, that Wisconsinites are really something special around this issue, and volunteers, neighbors helping neighbors, and without that, we wouldn't be nearly as far along with the recovery as we've seen already.
More than 150,000 customers lost power at one point during the weekend. There's still more than 7,000 without power this morning. All right, still ahead on News 3 Now this morning, we have the top 3 things you need to know to get your Tuesday started.
Also ahead, Keely Arthur is live to tell us about some construction that's starting around the UW campus today. You'll want to know all about that when News 3 Now this morning continues.
Hurry. From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us on this Tuesday, July 23rd. A beautiful shot behind us of Platteville this morning. Incredible morning.
Just another day in the books for Hattie. She's got a stretch of nice weather, don't you, Hads?
Yeah, we do. Take a look at this shot behind me of Lake Mendota. Nice place to be this afternoon. I'll tell you all about the forecast in just a few minutes.
Not a bad day to get out on a sailboat. We will check in with Hattie in just a minute. But first, here are the top 3 things you need to know on this Tuesday. 24-year-old Savian Castro is about to be Madison's newest school board member. He was approved to fill Mary Berksold's seat at a board meeting last night. Castro will serve until next April, when he'll then need to run for re-election. Castro is a UW grad and also attended La Follette High School. He's currently serving as a legislative aide for State Representative Sheila Stubbs.
Our second story we're following this morning, the Department of Justice is asking former special counsel Robert Mueller to stick to the content in his report when he testifies tomorrow on Russia's 2016 election interference. Mueller plans to begin with an opening statement, but it has not been reviewed by the DOJ because Mueller is no longer an employee there. President Trump says he will watch a little bit of the testimony, which you can also watch right here on News 3 Now tomorrow morning.
The third story we are monitoring this morning, the State Department of Transportation wants to hear what you think about plans to improve the Beltline over the next couple of years. It's hosting an informational meeting tomorrow on the topic to talk about whether only necessary infrastructure fixes should be worked on, or whether workers should also upgrade the shoulders for part-time travel. Work on that project is slated to begin in 2021.
Those are your top 3 things on this Tuesday morning, and now Hattie's here with an update on weather and traffic. Good morning, Hattie.
Good morning, Josh and Leah. Another great start to this Tuesday. Temperatures are right around 60 degrees across southern Wisconsin. That 77 Janesville is in error right now. It's not quite that warm there, but a nice start to the day. Light northwesterly wind will continue all day today, setting us up for warm temperatures. Temps will climb to highs right around 80, a couple of degrees warmer than it was yesterday. There's just an outside chance for a shower or thundershower this afternoon or evening. Here's a look at your traffic maps early this morning. We're not dealing with any major issues just yet, although it is starting to look a little busier inbound on Park Street as you head towards the downtown areas. Some slowdowns on Stoughton Road as well as you approach 151. Here's a look at your drive times and speeds. Northbound on Verona Road, it is a little slow through that construction zone, but right now you're just adding a couple of extra minutes. And that's your First Alert traffic.
Thank you very much, Hattie. Speaking of First Alert traffic, we have a note for you this morning if your drive takes you through downtown.
There are several road closures and detours happening through the UW campus starting today, and that's where we find Keely Arthur live this morning to walk us through all the changes we need to know. Hi, Keely.
Hi, Josh and Leah. Yes, I'm on University. This is kind of the heart of campus. Now, traffic was moving through right now. You're not seeing very much. You will see tons of bumper-to-bumper traffic, I'm sure, in just a few hours. And that's because of all the construction projects happening on campus. And here with an update on those projects is Mark Lovicott with the University Police Department. Good morning, Mark. And what is the latest as far as these projects go?
Yeah, so we're starting to see these projects wrap up a little bit. On campus, we try to pack all these projects into the summer months when there's not a lot of people on campus and we're causing the least amount of disruptions. And we're shockingly almost towards the beginning of the fall semester. So we'll see these projects start wrapping up hopefully in the next month or so. But yeah, I mean, traffic is normally pretty hectic on University Avenue anyway, but when you add the construction projects and just general construction going on around the area, it's a little dicey right now.
What is the reason for all of this? I know you said it's utilities, also updates to campus buildings.
Yeah, in general, we have an infrastructure that's aging, like many municipalities across the state. And a lot of these utilities underneath the roadways need updating. So that's what we're working on for these particular projects. So we have to rip up the road, go underneath, update the utilities, and then repave. So that's what you see with a lot of the projects going on. There are a couple other construction projects like the Nicholas Recreation Facility on Dayton that's causing some traffic issues just because of the sheer size of that construction project. So it's a little bit of both, but the main issues that we're seeing, the main projects we're seeing have to do with utilities.
In terms of timing, how long can people expect delays for when they're trying to cut through campus on University.
Yeah, we've worked with university officials to try to come up with a number of detours so people can get around the area if they need to. No matter what, we're gonna have to, remind folks it's going to take you longer to get from here to there. So as long as you plan ahead, give yourselves a few extra minutes. Go to our website for the latest information, because there are streets that are reopening in the next few weeks as well. It's a constantly changing process. But the big thing is patience. Give yourself a little bit of extra time and you'll get where you need to go.
All right, great advice. Thank you so much for waking up early with us, Mark. We appreciate it. Those alternate routes up on the university's website if you search construction. They're also up on our website, channel3000.com. And this area also heavily trafficked by cyclists and pedestrians. There are a number of easy ways for those people to get around too, so you don't have to necessarily avoid this area. Just pack your patience. I'll send it back to you.
Keely Arthur with the news we can use on this Tuesday. Thank you very much, Keely.
6:35 right now. Child food allergies can be a scary thing for many parents.
But thanks to a new study, parents may be able to prevent allergies to peanuts. The details are coming up after the break. Thanks for watching News 3 Now this morning. Boy, what a beautiful shot of lacrosse, of Platteville this morning. Could be lacrosse.
It could be. Look at that sunrise. Look at that glow.
Nice and orange. You know, I love the southwest corner of the state because I love the western part of the state in
Good
general.
Tuesday morning. That is a way to wake up right there.
Yes, Hattie has more of that sunshine in store for the rest of your week. We will check in with her in just a minute.
6:39 is your time right now. We've been asking you to share your morning with us, and Bobby is sharing another beautiful picture of Castle Rock Lake out of Friendship in Adams County. A beautiful shot there of the lake.
Boy, yeah, that's got us in the kayaking mind, doesn't it, Josh?
You can just see, like, it's just like one of those mornings where you want to be out on the lake too. A little wind, just like perfect kayaking, paddleboarding, you name it.
Very peaceful. Thanks so much for sharing, Bobby.
What does your morning look like? You can take a picture, post it to our Channel 3000 social media pages using the hashtag MyNews3Morning.
All right, 6:40 your time on this Tuesday. Experts say that introducing infants to peanuts can actually reduce their risk of getting a peanut allergy.
A study including 640 infants, all younger than 11 months old, either had allergies to eggs or moderate to severe eczema. Only 3% of the infants who were fed peanut protein developed a peanut allergy later, while 17% of the kids who avoided peanuts altogether developed an allergy by the time they were 5 years old. Researchers warn that the more severe the eczema or egg allergy is, the greater the risk of a peanut allergy.
Really interesting study there.
Very much so.
All right, a pretty mild week for weather so far, but some storms could pop up in the next couple of days. Hattie's got the details and her extended forecast coming up right after this.
As we take a live look outside right now, there's Barrett the polar bear just swimming away like he always is.
Perfect day for that pool.
Certainly is. As we go to break, it is July 23rd, and we want to say happy birthday to Lincoln and all the other kiddos turning 3 today. Thanks for watching News 3 Now this morning. Welcome back at 6:44, and if that isn't the way you want to wake up on a Tuesday morning,
Ooh.
I don't know what is.
Boy, time to take the sailboat out, Josh.
What an incredible start to the day, Hattie, and it sounds like you have a lot more of that coming up in the forecast this week.
We do, but that picture makes me wish that it was a Saturday morning, I think, so I could have time to go out and enjoy the water. We do have a pretty quiet forecast for the day today. There's an outside chance, though, for a little bit of rain. Speaking of rain, let's look at the rain totals so far for this month. It's been a pretty wet month, most of it falling last week, where we had rain measurable almost every day. Quite a bit of rain towards the end of the week, picking up the bulk of our rain so far this month, just on Thursday and Friday last week. But we're already over the average rain for the month. We've had 5.5 inches. Average for the month is just over 4 inches. We still have about 8 to 9 days left in the month, so still a little bit of time to pick up some rain. As you look at that 8 to 14 day precipitation outlook, it is indicating that through the Great Lakes region into the northeastern part of the country, there is an above average chance, or a chance for above average precipitation. Southern Wisconsin included in that forecast, so we may continue with this wet weather trend. Not a lot of rain showing up on the radar map right now. There have been a few light showers through northeastern Wisconsin, but southern Wisconsin is quiet at this hour. There's an outside chance for a few showers or an isolated thundershower to pop up this afternoon, especially east of Madison. It'll be mainly during the afternoon and evening time frame. Chance is just about 20% coverage, so most areas will likely stay dry. A live look from the WISC-TV Skycam looking to the west of the station. Skies are completely clear this morning. It's still 61 here in Madison. We've been holding steady for the last couple of hours. Temperatures elsewhere, 60 in the Dells, 61 in Mineral Point, and 61 as well in Monroe. Dew points aren't going to move much today. We're looking at those dew point numbers hanging in the 50s through the afternoon, so that means you're likely not going to notice the humidity today. Your future track forecast model showing you clear skies this morning. Temperatures will warm rather quickly today. We're looking at mid to upper 70s already by lunchtime. Again, no clouds showing up this morning. Before this afternoon, a few clouds moving into the area. Here's that chance for a little bit of rain. A few showers or an isolated thundershower, mainly east of Madison. Once the sun sets, though, those rain showers will fall apart. We return to pretty quiet conditions then overnight. Here's a look at your extended forecast. Doesn't get much better than this. We have, again, that same scenario setting up tomorrow with just a slight chance for a shower or thundershower in the afternoon. Temperatures slowly warming. Next best chance for rain across the entire area will be later on Sunday into Monday as a cold front moves through the region. Here's Eddie in Fort Atkinson. Is Eddie on the desk there? He wants a better view out the window. Today would be a great day for a walk.
Eddie's ears are listening to that forecast and boop.
I think he likes it.
Ready for it. All right, Hattie, thank you.
You're welcome.
Stay with us. The Morning Sprint is up next, but first, here's a look at what's coming up at the top of the hour.
Good morning to you. Ahead on CBS this morning, the unusual preparations that lawmakers are taking for Robert Mueller's testimony. What can we expect from the former special counsel tomorrow? Plus, a behind-the-scenes look at how the Air Force uses drones to fight terror around the world from a base in the Nevada desert. We'll see you 7 o'clock on the dot.
From a
6:51, time for the morning sprint as our team brings you more local news to get your day started.
We start with Keely Arthur and a first alert traffic note on construction that could disrupt your downtown commute. Keely?
Good morning. Well, as you can see behind me, traffic is starting to pick up on University Avenue. This is kind of the heart of campus. Lots of traffic congestion expected today because there are tons of construction projects happening on campus, and there are a number of road closures and detours that are changing today on Tuesday. Now, all of this happening for good reason. Lots of utility updates and updates to buildings as well. We have a list of alternative routes that you can take up on our website, channel3000.com. But officials say as long as you just pack your patience and give yourself some extra time, you should be able to make it through University. And also some really good news here. This place remains bike and pedestrian friendly, so you can still come through no matter how you commute through campus. Drive safe, everybody.
Thank you very much, Keely. The State Department of Transportation wants to hear what you think about plans to improve the Beltline over the next couple of years. It's hosting an informational meeting tomorrow on the topic to talk about whether only necessary infrastructure fixes should be worked on or whether workers should also upgrade the shoulders for part-time travel. That project is scheduled to begin in 2021.
Police are investigating whether streetcar racing is to blame for 2 crashes on East Washington Avenue over the weekend. Officials say it seems like the first crash caused the second. We're told several people were injured and 4 ambulances were sent to that scene. A witness claims the first crash involved drag racers and the second involved people distracted by all of it.
The American Transmission Company is leading the investigation into what caused a pair of fires at substations it shares with Madison Gas and Electric. MG&E says evidence shows the fire started in a piece of equipment owned and operated by ATC. But MG&E equipment was also damaged in those fires.
On this Tuesday morning, we start with sunny skies, clear skies across all of southern Wisconsin. Temperatures are starting in the upper 50s to around 60 degrees. We're headed to highs right around 80 later on this afternoon. Winds are going to stay from the north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. There's an outside chance for a few showers, especially from Madison and points to the east as we head through the afternoon and evening time frame. Any chance for rain diminishes overnight.
Thank you very much, Hattie. Breaking into the Channel 3000 Alert Center within the last half hour, the United Kingdom has a new leader. Boris Johnson is being declared the winner of the race to lead the country's Conservative Party. That means he will become the UK's next Prime Minister. Former Prime Minister Theresa May announced her resignation back in May after failing to get Parliament to approve her Brexit deal.
Governor Tony Evers is calling the damage extraordinary this morning after a tour along the path of weekend storms in northwestern Wisconsin. Evers viewed damage from a helicopter and car in the Mountain and Pickerel areas of Oconto and Langlade counties. More than 150,000 customers lost power at one point over the weekend. There's still more than 7,000 people without power this morning.
Construction workers across the state will have more opportunities for continuing education. Wisconsin laborers hosted a ribbon-cutting ceremony Monday for their newly expanded training center over in DeForest. They now have double the amount of classrooms and a 4th training bay to serve more than 3,000 workers every year.
The Department of Justice is asking former special counsel Robert Mueller to stick to the content in his report when he testifies tomorrow on Russia's 2016 election interference. Mueller plans to begin with an opening statement, but it has not been reviewed by the DOJ because Mueller is no longer an employee there. CBS News will have a special report just after 7 tomorrow morning.
President Trump says a sweeping $1.37 trillion budget deal has been reached between his administration and Congress. He tweeted about the deal last night, calling it a real compromise between Republicans and Democrats. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says he's planning to bring the deal up for approval in the Senate before Congress breaks for its August recess.
Flags will fly at half-staff today as former U.S. Supreme Court Justice John Paul Stevens is laid to rest. President Trump has ordered flags to be flown at half-staff from sunrise to sunset. The former Supreme Court Justice is set to be buried at Arlington National Cemetery today after lying in repose at the Supreme Court yesterday.
The bicyclist killed in a crash outside Verona on Sunday is identified as 56-year-old Valerie Flogel. Officials say she was trying to cross Highway PD on the Military Ridge State Trail when an SUV going highway speeds hit her. Deputies say it's expected that bicyclists yield to oncoming traffic when they approach a road.
24-year-old Savion Castro is about to be Madison's newest school board member. He was approved to fill Mary Burke's old seat at the board meeting last night. Castro will serve until next April when he'll then need to run for re-election. Castro is a UW grad and attended La Follette High School.
We now know the Bucks preseason schedule. They are going to open on Monday, October 7th in Chicago. 2 of their 5 preseason games will be at home on Wednesday, October 9th against Utah and Thursday, October 17th against Minnesota.
The Brewers opened a homestand against the Cincinnati Reds last night. Tyler Salandino hit a grand slam in Arizona on Sunday, and the odds of him doing that again were slim, but there it is. It's his second career grand slam in 2 days. It wouldn't be enough, though. They gave up 2 runs in the 9th inning to lose 6-5.
6:56 your time now. Let's turn it over to Josh Tim with a look at your first alert traffic. Hi, Josh.
Hey guys, some brake lights already showing up on the westbound Beltline between Stoughton Road and West Broadway. It's going to add 5 to 10 minutes to your drive time. Inbound John Nolan, you're picking up between Rimrock and Olin Avenue. That's going to add a few minutes heading into the downtown area. No problems at all on the interstate this morning. And other main routes leading into the city, they're cruising along at the posted speeds with no crashes or delays. Your first alert traffic, I'm Josh Tim.
Thank you very much, Josh.
It's a beautiful start to this Tuesday morning. Skies are clear early today. Here's a look at your day planner temperatures. We're climbing to highs right around 80 this afternoon. Lots of sunshine through the day. Just an outside chance for a shower or 2 later on this afternoon or evening. Same chance tomorrow, but a nice warming trend through the week. We are going to heat it up around here for the weekend, though. Looks like we're back into the upper 80s. No 90s, though, in that extended forecast.
Pretty perfect week ahead.
It is.
All right. Thank you very much, Hattie.
You're welcome.
And thank you all so much for joining us on a Tuesday morning. Make it a great day. And of course, we'll see you back here bright and early tomorrow morning.
The Coon Creek Canoe Races are back.